जय गिरिवराधारी यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि वनचारि जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदनन्दन ब्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम राधा माधव राधे जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा सुभद्रमा जय सुदर्शन जय जगन्नाथ जय गौरंगनिताय 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 जय गौरंगनिताय जय गौरंगनिताय 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 जय निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की श्रील प्रभुपाद की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय हरे कृष्णा। सो मैं सबको विनती करता हूँ सभी लोग थोड़ा फ्लावर माता जी साल से फ्लावर सेवा माता जी साल से थोड़ा साइलेंटली रहिएगा। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। हरे कृष्ण। So last week we were reading one verse. I hope you all remember that. You all remember this? I don't know how many of you came last week. Meer vachar kada? You remember this picture? Did I show you this picture? So very nice. Water on the lotus petal. Huh? Will the water touch the lotus petal? Not lotus petal, lotus leaf. Water doesn't touch. Can we see any contact between water and the that leaf? No contact. But is the water on the leaf? Yes or no? Huh? Water is on the leaf, but it is not touching. Okay? So this is what is the art of living actually. So we'll read this verse and then we'll move ahead. Okay? Brahmanyadhaya karmani ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. So anybody can try reciting. Yes, Prabhu, try. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. वेरी गुड. इसको है ना, एक सेकंड. ब्रह्मणि आधाय, ओके, ब्रह्मणि आधाय नहीं, वाई है तो या आना चाहिए, राइट. सो ब्रह्मण्याधाय, उसको मिला के बोलना है. यू हैव टू जॉइन एंड देन रिसाइट. यस. ब्रह्मण्याधाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति यः लिप्यते न स पापेन पद्मपत्रमिवाम्भसा. Anybody else want to try reciting? Okay, from Mataji's. Try. Even if there is a mistake, nobody is going to do anything. Huh? No? Okay. So, we will go to the word to word meaning. Brahmani, can you all repeat? Brahmani, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Adhaya, resigning. Karmani, all works. Sangam, attachment. Tyaktva, giving up. Karoti, performs. Ya, who lipyate, is affected. Na, never. Sa, he, papena, by sin. Padmapatram, a lotus leaf. Iva, like. Ambhasa, by the water. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: one who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. Purport: here Brahmani means in Krishna consciousness. The material world is a sum total manifestation of the three modes of material nature, technically called the Pradhana. हरे कृष्णा. वॉचमैन, बच्चे लोग गड़बड़ करे तो बाहर लेके जाना. द वैदिक हिम सर्वम हेतद ब्रह्मा, मांडक्योपनिषद 2, तस्मादेतद ब्रह्म नाम रूपम अन्नम च जायते, मांडुकोपनिषद 119. And in the Bhagavad Gita 14:3, mama yonir mahad brahma, indicate that everything in the material world is a manifestation of Brahman, and although the effects are differently manifested, they are non-different from the cause. In the Ishopanishad it is said that everything is related to the Supreme Brahman or Krishna, and thus everything belongs to him only. One who knows perfectly well that everything belongs to Krishna, that he is the proprietor of everything, and that therefore everything is engaged in the service of the Lord, naturally has nothing to do with the results of his activities. Whether virtuous or sinful, Even one's material body, being a gift of the Lord for carrying out a particular type of action, can be engaged in Krishna consciousness. It is then beyond contamination by sinful reactions, exactly as a lotus leaf, though remaining in the water, is not wet. The Lord also says in the Gita, Mai sarvani karmani sanyasya, resign all works unto me. The conclusion is that a person without Krishna consciousness acts according to the concept of material body and senses, but a person in Krishna consciousness acts according to the knowledge that the body is a property of Krishna and should therefore be engaged in the service of Krishna. Okay, we can all recite these prayers. Yeah. Can we all recite together? Please, those who know, those who have learnt, they can recite with me. Om Agnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are going through a very nice, wonderful section of Gita, and especially this verse is very much touching verse. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyatena sapapena padmapatra mivambasa. So when we are living in this world, everybody wants to live a happy life, isn't it? Everyone wants to live happy life. But do we live happily here? How many of you live happily here? Please raise your hand. Happily. Wonderful. One person is at least there. I am not raising my hand. Okay. Now the question comes to you. Will you be happy if you get some disease when you have fever with 108 degrees, not 108, 105 degrees? Can you be happy? Pardon? If you can give up everything to the God, you can be happy. But there will be excruciating pain. Will you be able to happy? No, right? In your home somebody gets some big trouble. Will you be able to be happy? If you can surrender to the God, yes, you can be happy. But only when we are surrendered to the God. So I asked you personally, everyone. So it is not that easy. But there is a science, as he knows that science, surrendering to the God, wonderful. So by that, we can be happy. So for that, when we are living in this world, like can we just float in the air now? Can any one of us float in the air all the time? No, right? We have to be grounded. Obviously, even the water also is on the leaf. It's not flying. But water and that leaf has got certain, incompatibility. The leaf is not taking water into it. Water is also not going into the leaf. There is some, unseen gap between the water and the leaf, right? So then, will ever the leaf get wet? Instead of being in the water, will the leaf get wet? If it gets wet, it will start stinking, isn't it? But even the leaf just float on the water all the day, nothing happens to the leaf. So from this analogy, we can understand, even though we live in this world, we don't get stink, we don't get wet, we don't get touched by this world. This is the art of Gita. That is the art Krishna is trying to teach us. Even though you are here, you cannot say, no, I want to go away. Where will you go? Can you go anywhere? Some people just tie the rope to the fan and then they'll hang. I'll go somewhere. Where does he go? Immediately he may be sent to the same family, into a dog's stomach or into the same house, someone's stomach, and again they'll take birth. They cannot run away anywhere. So now the whole point is, the principle is we want to be happy, but that happiness is missing because we are getting affected by the changes of the world. We are, if water is hot, we get heat. Water is cold, we get cold. We are not, because we are touching, we are, attached to it. So if I put the water in the cotton, what will happen? Immediately cotton takes, and cotton will change its shape and its texture, everything change. Similarly, observe our own consciousness. You have gone to some 5-star hotel, and you are wearing nice shoes and nice coat and everything. Will you get affected because of that ambience and everything, or you don't? We do get affected, right? Isn't it? So this is what water is getting into the cotton. We change, the way we talk, the way we walk, everything will be changed. But, for example, Srila Prabhupada went to America. I'm giving one extreme example. Prabhupada went to America. Before Prabhupada was going to America, one rich man calls for a program, and so many sadhus he invites. So many sadhus come to that rich man's house, and they were all taking, after the program, they were all taking prasadam. And in the rich man's house, generally everyone takes spoon and fork, and then, the plates and glasses were all very rich. So everyone must be taking a prasadam with the spoon and fork. Prabhupada was eating simple with hand. He didn't change. And then some sadhu comes, Swamiji, you said you are going to America. In America, everyone eats with fork and spoon. You should practice now. You should learn how to eat with spoon and fork. Then you with Americans also you can eat with spoon. Then Prabhupada said, I am not going to America for learning. I am going there to teach. He didn't go there to learn anything. He went there to teach. So when he went to America, there also he was wearing same sadhu dress. same shoes, everything same. And always he was chanting Hare Krishna, he was teaching Hare Krishna, he was writing on Krishna, nothing else he did. And after going to America also he did the same thing. When Prabhupada went to America, he had only $8 in his hand. Only $8. That is equivalent to maybe 40 rupees in India. That time it was 40 rupees. And with $8, maybe you can, if you eat 2-3 times meal in some hotel, that $8 is finished. And if you go to some rich hotel, even one meal will cost $8 and your money is finished. But Prabhupada had only that much money. Only with that he managed, and he is preaching Krishna consciousness. And then after some time, so many, at least 108 temples Prabhupada has constructed. 108 temples. And in that, like there were some temples in 800 acres of land. You can imagine how big is the temple. In Mayapur, when Prabhupada was there, they constructed one building. That is Chakra building. Everyone used to call that building as a long building. So that used to be the longest building. I mean, so many rooms will be there in that room, and so many devotees would, as many devotees come, they can be easily accommodated. So long building he constructed. In Hyderabad also, Abbott's temple came up when he was there. Like that in many places, so many temples came. In America, Australia, Germany, France, like that, in so many countries, so many temples came. And Prabhupada remained what? He was still Krishna conscious. Has he ever changed? He was about to leave this world. He was on the, you can say, deathbed, okay? But what he was doing, whenever he wakes up, he will just dictate the translations of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhakti Vedanta purports. All the things are there. So many disciples are there with him. So many temples are there. But for him, only one activity, that is Krishna's service. Okay? Everything belongs to Krishna, and he is also belong to Krishna. He engages whatever he has in the service of Krishna. By that, he is not affected in any situation. He never felt proud. He never thought himself to be the doer. He never thought, I am doing everything. What he was thinking? Actually, his Guru Maharaj is doing through him. Krishna is doing through him. Bas. It's Krishna who is doing everything. So, even if there is some credit comes to the account of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada thinks it is actually Krishna want me to get this credit. That's why, Krishna want me to get the credit. So, by having that consciousness, he was untouched by this material world. But in our case, normally, we immediately, if you put your hand in the hot water, you will feel the heat, isn't it? So, similarly, when someone says something, we get affected. And then, in that effect, we forget what is the real purpose of life, and then we deep dive into that effect. We get engrossed in the experience of that effect. And then in that experience, if leaf starts, if there is a hole in the leaf, water will go inside, and then gradually water seeps into the leaf, and then by evening that leaf will get stink. It is no more brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Lipyate na sa papena. It's no more lipyate na sa papena. Similarly, we should be protected by a layer of Krishna consciousness. A layer of Krishna consciousness, and with that layer, we roll in this material world. We do all kinds of activities in this material world, but those karmas will not affect us. It's a wonderful concept. We are not the doer, fundamentally. So that way, we live our life and we can actually perfect in that course. Actually, you are not getting evidence. Like, leaf, if water is sweet, for example, the leaf can drink some water and have some enjoyment, isn't it? But leaf doesn't touch. No. So similarly, when we are in this world, okay, bad karmas is fine, good karmas I will do, and some good effects comes, let me enjoy that. We can think, isn't it? So, if neither bad nor good is there, then why should I do any work? This question comes. किस लिए काम करना है? कैसा भी उसको टच नहीं कर रहे तो मैं काम किस लिए करूं? उसका रिजल्ट से मेरे को कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. Why should I do the work? So then Krishna says, we do for our purification. Okay? The whole problem is we are not fully pure. If we are pure, it's a different game. But we want to be happy, but we are not pure. Conditions applied, We want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy, but every one of us are having certain levels of contamination. And with those contaminations, having those contaminations, we fail to experience the happiness. Okay? And when we live in this world, anyhow we have to do some work. Then why we should do work? Here Krishna says, you do that work with a purpose of purification. That is given in the next verse. Okay? Can you all repeat this? Kayena manasa buddhya केवलैरिन्द्रियैरपि योगिनः कर्म कुर्वन्ति संगम त्यक्त्वात्मशुद्धये. आत्मशुद्धये. So sangam tyaktva means giving up. What you give up? The attachment. The attachment to this world you give up. Why? Atma Shuddhaye, our purification, for the purpose of purification. We all do various activities. Kayena means with the body, Manasa with the mind, Buddhya with our intelligence, Indriyairapi also with the different senses. How many senses we have? 5 senses. How many types of senses we have? Types of senses. One is karmendriyas, other is gnanendriyas. So we have 5 karmendriyas and 5 gnanendriyas. Okay? So we do our activities with these senses. All put together 10, and with mind. So mind is one only. So karma, gnana, all together one only. And with buddhi also. We do various activities. But this yogi also do all the activities. We also do all activities. Yogi also do all activities. But what is the speciality of the yogi? He do all the activities, but he will do with a purpose of purification, and because of that he just give up the results. He will give up the attachment to those results. If we also give up attachment to those results, what we all will become? What we will become? Yogi give up all the attachment, okay, for the purification, and if we also give up attachment, what we will become? हम क्या बनेंगे? योगी बनेंगे. Okay? So, this is what actually Bhakti Yogi does. Karma Sannyasa Yogi is non-different from Bhakti Yogi. He will give up everything, attachment to those results, and then his purpose is the purification. Suppose someone wants to have association of women. So, okay, so when you reach maybe 23 years or 25 years, you will be, your marriage will be arranged, you get married, and then you will start living with a woman, you get married, and you have children, and then there will be so much of sangharsh in the married life. It's not that easy sailing. So much of sangharsh will be there, and you will have to go through all that sangharsh. What is the purpose of all the sangharsh? Is purification. In that course, you will be fully purified, and then you understand the nature of this world. And then you may be, you lose attachment altogether. But this happens only when you do it properly. Otherwise, these days, I don't like this wife, then you give up that wife, you can easily apply for divorce and then leave one wife and then get married to another woman. By this, we will never develop that detachment. Okay? Our purpose should be purification. That's why many times, many people come with the problems and then they say, my problem should be solved. They don't understand why the problem is given at all, The problem is given for your purification. And when you are pure, automatically you don't see that problem any longer. In any condition you can live very happily. But if you are not pure, you change the situation any number of times, you remain unhappy for some or other reason. So that's why Gita doesn't say you change the situation, but you change yourself. Like a king wants to go to the forest, and minister says, my dear king, forest will have lot of thorns. How will you be able to walk? Then king says, put the carpet all over the forest. How expensive it is to carpet the forest, like this kind of carpet. Very difficult, isn't it? Then minister says, no, you don't have to carpet the forest, but if you carpet or if you wear nice sandal, it's good enough, thorns will not prick you. So similarly, changing the situation is like putting the carpet in the forest, but wearing the shoes means it is like protecting ourselves or purifying ourselves. So this purification will help us in detaching from this world. Then you will not get affected. So quite often we all think that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, and this world is for me. We think, ये तो world दुनिया मेरे लिए बना हुआ है. When we are all born, we think this mother is made for me. This house is made for me. That's why everything is mine only. When I want something, it should be with me. If someone takes away, what we will do? We cry. We cry like children. And when we grow old also, we continue that mentality. But in fact, this world is not made for our enjoyment. This world is made in such a way that we realize that this world is dukkhalayam. There are so many miseries and very, very difficult to cross over these miseries. So we should come to that conclusion at least. This world is created like that. Like, it is designed defect. This world has got defect. And this defect is also designed. Like, seat, airbag, you all know, in the car airbag will be there. So, airbag will be kept in a pocket, and that pocket will be nicely covered with, with the steering wheel cover. And when there is an accident, the steering wheel cover will open up and then airbag will come out. So, why the steering wheel break? You can make a nice design. Generally, the steering wheel cover should not crack. If I design like that, then will there be any benefit of airbag? No, right? So the troubles are also given, like the steering wheel cover is designed to brake, whenever there is little pressure, they'll make a small slot inside, from inside they cut it with the laser beam. All these covers will be they are cut by using laser beam, and thin line will be there. So whenever there is pressure in the airbag, it will cut in that line, and then it will open up properly, airbag will inflate. So similarly, in this world also, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, all kinds of miseries are designed so that we will be saved from our illusion, from the illusion. And when we understand this, our life direction will change. We don't think this world is for my enjoyment. We understand that ihayasya harer dasye karmana manasagira nikila swapyavastasu jivan muktasya uchyate. So we understand we are actually servants of Krishna, and we do all our activities, karmana manasagira nikila. In all the situations we will be in that consciousness that I am the servant of Krishna. We don't consider I am tall man, I am short man, I am rich man, I am poor man. We don't consider all that. We consider only one thing, I am the servant of Krishna. And if we can think like that, even though we are living in this world, we are as good as liberated person from this world. Jivan mukta means you got liberation. In spite of being in this world, you got liberation. Like that, we attain such situation. So all that is possible in proper Krishna conscious understanding. We have our right understanding that Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nitya. The Jiva originally is the Dasa of Krishna, the servant of Krishna. Jiva is not the enjoyer. Who is the real enjoyer? Real enjoyer is Krishna. He enjoys everything. Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shanti mruchyati. So Krishna says this, and in the next verse we will move on. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shanti mapnoti naishtikim ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. So I'll open the meaning. So here Shanti Mapnoti. Apnoti is coming. What? Shanti is coming. Quite often it's not coming. I will just set it up. Duplicate. It's coming? Yeah. So the steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace. Once we are not disturbed with anything, we are not even touched. I am seated on this seat, but I am not seated. Okay, I don't have any attachment to this seat. So even if there are some thorns in this seat, it doesn't affect me. Even if there is nice cushion on the seat, it doesn't affect me. I am just seated because I have to sit. So then I am peaceful. I don't get disturbed. Because he offers the result of all activities to Krishna. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, who is greedy for the fruits of labor, becomes entangled. Like, the Prime Minister's seat appears to be very, very nice. You all, I don't know, people of my age can easily understand and relate. When P.V. Narasimha Rao became Prime Minister, it was so nice, I became Prime Minister, able to sit on the seat of Prime Minister. But my God, the kind of troubles he had to go through, kind of complex situations that he had to go through, he would hate Prime Minister's seat in the end of the day. It was like that. So many difficulties, so much of turmoil, so much of backbiting, and so many things went in. Initially, because if someone is attached, then he experiences all these things. But someone is very elevated, seated in Prime Minister's seat, his thinking is only to deliver his duty, whether it is painful or sooty, he doesn't care. This is the difference. I am doing all this for Krishna. Like Hanumanji went to Lanka and in search of Sita. So many difficulties he go through. He was not able to find Sita. For so long time, he searches and searches and searches. He was failing to find Sita. And even after finding out Sita, so many Rakshasa soldiers comes to attack him. He kills. They try to burn him. But instead of experiencing any pain, he burns whole Lanka. And he comes back. Isn't it? Does he feel proud or anything? Do we see in the Ramayana anywhere Hanuman's heart was inflated, became big, he became so proud? Do we ever see? Instead, Hanuman was so nice. He was having only one thing in his mind, that I must go and search Sita. And when he was flying in the air, there was one demon called Surasa. She comes and she says, I got the boon from Brahma. Nobody crosses when I open my mouth. They must enter into my mouth. Then Hanuman says, who are you? Your mouth is only this much. Look at my size. Then he expands his size to 10 yojanas. Then immediately Sarasa opens her mouth to 20 yojanas. Hanuman expands himself 30 yojanas. Sarasa expands 40 yojanas. So there was competition between Sarasa and Hanuman. Then Sarasa opened her mouth to Hanuman became 100 yojanas. Sarasa also became 100 yojanas. And then Hanuman, in a split of a second, he becomes Angushta Matra. Means he became thumb sized. He changed his body and he enters into her mouth, and by the time 100 yojanas has to come close. It takes time, right? 100 yojanas means 1200 kilometers. Whatever speed, he has to come. But Hanuman was very small, so he went inside and he came back very quickly. And Sarasa was stunned. And Brahma's boon was fulfilled. Nothing happened to Hanuman. And Hanuman wanted to go. He doesn't even want to discuss or anything with Surasa and waste his time. And he goes. So this is what is experts. Tum bade hai, mai bade hai. Tum bade hai, mai bade hai. Then there will be always competition. Tu, mai. Actually, our purpose is not to compete with anyone in this world. We have nothing to do with anyone of this world. Our purpose is to please Krishna. Our purpose is to serve Krishna. But we just get grabbed in this world's dualities, this world's problems. Actually, there are no problems in this world. Everyone imagine that there is problem. People are living on an illusory platform. That's why you experience problem. Otherwise, there is no problem. So, when someone becomes, if a whole world becomes self-realized, where are the problems? There are no more problems. But we are not. That is a reality of this world. So, but at least in our personal life, we should imbibe these principles. So, here the purpose is not to get entangled in this world, but live a life without attachment. Just like Hanuman didn't have any attachment with his ego. I should be always bigger than you. This was not there. But what was his purpose? He wanted to go to Lanka. And even when he entered into Lanka, there was a demon called Lankini. Lankini stops. Lankini stops. Where are you entering? Where are you going? Who are you? I'm a monkey, I heard about Lanka, and then somehow with some difficulty I came all the way to Lanka. Let me go inside the city and have a tour of the city. I heard Lanka is golden Lanka, so beautiful. Let me have a look at it. No, nobody is allowed. Get out from here. Then Hanuman, एक थप्पड़ मार देते हैं. Lankini. Immediately Lankini falls off. So wherever, whatever is required for the service of Lord Ram, he was using the tact. But he is not thinking I am smart. And he goes everywhere, he searches. Finally he searches Sita. And then he asks Mother Sita, Sita Maya, come sit on me, or I will take you to Ram. Or I can just take Lanka in my hand. Just he brought mount from Himalayas. Similarly, I can just pluck this Lanka and take. And Sita says, no, I want Ram to come and take me, not you. That will give glory to Ram. Then immediately, Hanuman he doesn't make any argument with Sita. As you wish. But what should I tell to Lord Ram? He tells, give this as a identity that you met me. And then tell him that I am waiting for him. He comes back and he meets Lord Ramachandra, and he says, I have seen Sita. With so much of happiness, he says. So Lord Ram just hugs him, Hanuman still, he never feels proud or anything. He is still same person. After such a successful story, he was very, very normal. He was not attached to that result. I have seen it, but if that gives pleasure to Ram, he offers that result to Ram. And what Ram does, tell me? He just hugs. He hugs Hanuman. So similarly, when we do the work for Krishna, Krishna will hug us. With his hug, we will be completely purified. So the whole purpose is that purification, and when we are pure, we can do more work for Krishna. And when we do more work for Krishna, we will become more purified. And when we become more purified, we can do much more service to Krishna. So we should fall into this cycle. This is also a vicious cycle. So our service to the Lord will ever increasing. But unfortunately, we get caught up in this material vicious cycle. You want sense gratification. You work so hard to get little sense gratification. You get some sense gratification that gives you motivation to do more work. And you get so busy doing all this work for little sense gratification. And you come to know my sense gratification is gone. Like if someone is working from morning 6 o'clock to evening 8 o'clock, where is the time for him to have sense gratification? You are already tired. But somehow we get caught in this vicious cycle. Instead, you do the same thing for Krishna. What will happen? We get purified, and then we will become qualified to get the Krishna Bhakti. In the next verse, Krishna says, we will stop with this verse. Sarva karmani manasa sanyasyaste sukham vashi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. So when the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, okay, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates. What is the city of 9 gates? This body has got 9 gates, neither working nor causing work to be done. Such a person, even though we may say he is doing so much work, like Janak Maharaj was ruling the kingdom, Mithila kingdom, but he was doing nothing. He was doing nothing, he is always worshipping the Lord. It appears that he is doing so many activities, but he is doing nothing. Just like water is on the leaf, but water is not touching the leaf, like that. So, when we come to that state, in that state, we mentally we renounce all the actions. Okay, means you do that action, but in the mind you don't think I am doing. Generally, इसका सिर पे चढ़ गया यार, ऐसा बोलते हैं ना, कभी कुछ पैसा आ गया, कभी बड़ा सा पोस्ट मिल गया, इनका सिर में चढ़ गया, बोलते हैं ना हिंदी में, तलक एक्किंदी అని అంటాం తెలుగులో. So this person, he does all the actions, but he renounces everything mentally. ये मैंने नहीं किया है, I am just an instrument in the hands of the Lord. Just like Srila Prabhupada, Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Sri Gauranitai ki, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki. So just like Srila Prabhupada established this International Society for Krishna Consciousness all alone. But does he ever think he has established? Prabhupada has written Bhagavatam with handling thousands of disciples, opening hundreds of temples, in traveling to so many countries, giving thousands of discourses all the day in day out, writing thousands of letters. In midst of all these things, he wrote commentaries to Srimad Bhagavatam. It's inhuman, like superhuman activity. And Prabhupada says, actually, I have not written this purports. These are all Krishna's gift. Krishna has written through me. So he is completely aloof from all this, and then he was still doing even in the deathbed also. He was about to leave this world, but still he was continuously translating. So this is what is Brahmanyadhaya Karmani. So his purpose is only his purification and purification of others. He is not doing any material activity. So this nature we should develop from the chapter 5. And then anything that happens in our life also, we just say, let go. If there is some problem, let it come, let go. Aane do, jaane do. I am aloof from all this. I am different from these problems. Actually, we are incompatible to this material world. We are spiritual beings, and the world is matter. It's a dead matter, but we are not dead people. But we are always interacting with the dead matter, and we think we are the dead matter. The day we think we are the dead matter, it is very nice. When we think we are dead matter, then we associate with that dead matter, and then we get affected by the dead matter. There is one slide, yeah. So when we identify ourselves as dead matter, we forget our original nature. Okay? And then we interact with this material world, and heat and cold, respect and disrespect, all these things will affect us, and then we will suffer. But when we take to Krishna consciousness, okay, we understand we are not the body, we are the soul, and we are acting, we are doing all actions for our purification, okay, and we try to understand we revive our original position, and then we make ourselves aloof from the body. Okay, I am different from the body. And then that person, when he lives in the same city of 9 gates, he can live happily. Saying is easy, but doing is tough. But if we want to become happy, we have to take to this process. There is no other way. Otherwise, this is an open ground. Everyone can suffer here. So much big world is created for suffering. So we can be part of that suffering. But if we want to get out of it, then we have to take to these concepts of Bhagavad Gita. Our life will be successful. Thank you all very much. And we are just few hours away from Sri Rama Chandramurti's, Balarama's Prana Pratishtha in Ayodhya. We are all waiting, and all over India, all the Rama Bhaktas are celebrating grandly everywhere, even in small villages to big cities, all corners of the country, not only country actually, all corners of the world, everywhere this is going to be celebrated. So in ISKCON Attapur also will have nice celebration here. So tomorrow there will be Annadan for everyone in the open land there in the adjacent plot. And Deepdan also will be there in the evening. All of you can come, join us, offer the lamb to Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman and Radha Madhav. And from 5 o'clock onwards we will do Shobha Yatra. So we take the deities of Sitaram, Lakshman and Hanuman along with us in a palanquin, and we go around, do with the Kirtan. And please all of you join tomorrow at around 4 o'clock. Between 4 and 5 we start this. All of you please join and take part in this celebration. All of us cannot go to Ayodhya, but we can, and we will put up a screen also in the temple and then show to everyone like the proceedings of Prana Pratishtha ceremony. Live show will be there here. So all of you be around temple tomorrow. Okay? Thank you all very much. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Yeah, you can all get up. We can do the Arati now.
Sir, what is Gyanendriya?
Gyanendriya, our eyes, ears, nose, tongue. Sorry. Yeah, this is Gyanendriya. Karmendriya, sir.
Jasomati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Jasomati Nandana Brajabara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kaliyada Manavidhana Kaliyada Manavidhana আমি অভিলাষা অমল হরিনাম আমি অভিলাষা বিপিন পুরান্দর নবীন নগর